Okay, in the previous classes, we were discussing regarding slow sand filter. Can anybody tell me what is a filter and what is the purpose of filter? Can anybody tell me what is the purpose of filter? Yes. Can anybody tell me what is the purpose of filter?
Removing small dust particles.
Okay, small suspended particles, you can say, not dust particles, it is then suspended particles. Okay, what are the materials that can be used? Yes, what are the different materials that we are going to use in case of your filter media? Materials to be used in the filter or filtration process. What are the different types of material that will be used? In the previous classes, we have discussed regarding what is slow sand filter, what is its rate of filtration, what are the different types of material, its construction, its working, we have worked it on, right? Can anybody tell me what are the different material that we are going to use?
Gravel, sand.
Okay, fine, very good. So here, we know that, right? We will be using this slow sand filter in order to remove the finer suspended particles which are present in water. If we don't remove it, then these finer suspended particles, they are going to create a layer right here when they are going to be removed by the sand, right, on the top layer, right? Here we are going to get the layer of a very fine suspended particle, and it may go the larva, right? It may grow the microorganisms in it, and your water will be polluted. So what is the main purpose of this particular suspend your filtration is to remove the finer suspended particles which are present in water. So if we remove that, then our turbidity is going to get reduced. So here we have finer sand we are going to keep at top, coarser at the bottom, right? Similarly, finer gravels we are going to keep it at top, and then coarser at the bottom. And we will be using say the gravel, right? In the gravel we may use your anthracite, or we may use your granite in case of your gravel, so that it can hold the maximum weight. Okay, so here this is water is going to enter, then it is going to pass through the sand layer, then finer suspended particle, it is going to be get arrested at the top layer, and then the water is going to pass, and then it is going to be collected through the under drills, and then we are going to get out the clearer water from the under drainage. We are going to get the clear water supply. Okay, now here in the previous classes we have only discussed its working, but we have not discussed regarding its cleaning, right? The maintenance of your slow sand filter is also that much important, right? In order to if we don't clean it, right, if we don't clean it, then again we may affect with the waterborne diseases, because I've told that your finer suspended particle, it may give you the growth of the larva or the microbes in it, and then it is going to be again the polluted water. Okay, so we needed to have the regular maintenance, right? We needed to have the take out the maintenance of our slow sand filter. If we don't carry, then it will be giving us various say bad odor and all, and then again we may have some of the waterborne diseases. Okay, now operation that has been told you in the previous class. Now we will come to this cleaning part. Okay, now the cleaning of the slow sand filter is not done by backwashing. What is the backwashing and all, that will be explained to you when we are going to deal with our rapid sand filter, right? So backwashing is done in rapid sand filter, but here in case of our slow sand filter, what we are going to do is, here our layer of fine suspended particle will be there, right? Here the layer of the very fine suspended particles will be there, right? So what we are going to do is, now we cannot remove the very fine suspended particle, only the layer of very fine suspended particle we cannot remove it. Okay, for that what we are going to do is, around 1.52, right, we will be removing the layer of around 1.5 to 3 centimeter, right. So here, along with the very fine suspended particle, the top layer of a very fine suspended particle, we are going to remove it, because we cannot separate the fine suspended particle as well as the sand particles. So what we are going to do is, we are going to remove the 3 centimeter up till the 3 centimeter depth of our the top layer of sand. We are going to remove it. Okay, we will first remove the water, and then we will remove the top layer of sand up till 3 centimeter. Then what we are going to do is, the top surface is going to be finally raked, roughed, and it is going to be cleaned. And the process is repeated until the depth of the sand is reduced to 40 centimeter. Now, the top layer of the sand is we are going to remove, and then we are going to have the ramming, raking, and all we are going to do it. So here we are going to have the depth of around 90 centimeters. So almost what we are going to do is, we are going to have the raking, hand raking, and all we are going to do it. So this particular cleaning of your rapid sand filter, it is completely manual, right? We are going to use a manpower in order to remove the very finer suspended particles which are present in water. Then again 40 centimeter layer of the sand is going to be get removed, right? It is 90 centimeter thick minimum, and the maximum is 100. So around say 40% of your 40 to 45% of the sand layer is going to be get removed, and again it is going to be refilled with the new layer of sand, right? Again it is going to be filled with the new layer of the sand. Okay, and then again more sand is added, and the lot of manual labor is going to be required in case of this particular cleaning. So here, while cleaning, what we first do is, I'll tell step by step. Water, we are going to take it out. Then we are going to remove the top layer of sand 3 centimeter. Then we are going to have the raking and hammer raking, right? So raking is nothing but it is a disturbance of a top sand layer. Say 33 centimeter, we are going to completely remove it, and then we are going to have the hand raking and all. So that why we do raking is, if any of the very fine suspended particle, if it is going to be get arrested in the your sand layer, that should be removed. So that is the purpose of why we do the hand raking and all. So we are going to remove the very fine suspended particles from water, and then from the sand, and then what we do is, again we are going to have refill it with a new layer of sand, and then we are going to compact it, and then we are going to take a water out through the through your under drains. So we are going to fill it. We are going to take top layer. We are going to take top layer of sand 3 centimeter. Then we are going to have the raking and all for 40 centimeter. Then again refilling, and then the water is going to be get added into this particular slow sand filter. So this is how we are going to have the cleaning process of our slow sand filter. Is there any doubt in slow sand filters? Is there any doubt in slow sand filter? Okay. Now we are going to move towards the rapid sand filter. Now, what this is the diagram of your rapid sand filter. In your main exams, this will be the one of the important question. Explain rapid sand filter, explain the construction and working of a rapid sand filter, or explain the backwashing of a your rapid sand filter. This will be the very important question in your exam, and maximum time it has appeared in your exam. So you need to give more concentration towards the rapid sand filter also. Both slow sand, rapid sand filter construction, working, cleaning with its diagram is going to be the important one. Okay. The reason why you call it as a rapid sand filter, do you have any idea why you call it as a rapid sand filter? Anybody? Any guesses? Any guesses? Why you call it as a rapid sand filter?
Filtration process is
continuous
faster.
and speed.
Yes, very good. The filtration process is much faster than your rapid, your slow sand filter. See, your rate of filtration in case of your slow sand filter is very slow. See, you are going to get, say, you are going to get very less quantity of water, right? At the end, the rate of filtration is very slow in case of your slow sand filter. We are going to discuss regarding its filtration capacity also. Here, in case of your rapid sand filter, what you are going to get is, here you are going to get the water, it is going to be filtered at a rapid rate. It is going to be filtered at a rapid rate as compared to your slow sand, as compared to your slow sand filter. Okay, so here that is the reason why we call it as a rapid sand filter. The rate of filtration in case of your rapid sand filter is much faster than your slow sand filter, and the amount of area that you are going to utilize in case of your rapid sand filter is much higher, is much lesser. Okay, in case of your slow sand filter, is your the area that you are going to use is very large, whereas in case of your rapid sand filter, the rate of your area that you are going to have for the filtration that you are going to use it very less. For example, here you are going to use only the area of around 10 to 80 square meter of the area that you are going to use, whereas here in case of your slow sand filter, you are going to use an area of around, say, 100 to 2000 square meters of area you are going to use, and the depth is 2.5 to 3.5 meter. Here, what you are, how much area you are going to utilize? You are going to utilize only 10 to 80 square meters. So that is around 100 to 200 square meter. Here, the area that you are going to utilize is 10 to only 80 square meters of area that you are going to utilize, and the depth is again 2.5 meter to 3.5 meter overall depth that you are going to utilize for your slow sand, for your rapid sand filter. Okay, now the number of units in a filter plant may be estimated by using this particular formula, that is n is equal to 1.22 square root q, where n is equal to number of units, q is nothing but it is the plant capacity or the quantity of water in case of million liter per day. Right, now here there is a one more differences, right? The one more difference what you are going to get in case of your say filter media. Here the filter media, right, the particles are varying from, say, sand. Filter media is nothing but your sand. The sand what we are going to use is, here we are going to use a depth of around, we are going to, sand particles will be varying from 0.35 to 0.55 meter, 0.35 to 0.55 mm. Okay, so that is the size of the particle that we are using. Whereas here you can see that in case of your slow sand filter, the particles were very less. The reason why you are going to get the more rate of filtration is the particle size, right? Here in case of your rapid sand filter is more larger size of the sand particles you are going to have it. So that is the reason why the rate of filtration is higher in case of your rapid sand filter. Here you are going to utilize the sand particles between 0.35 to 0.55 mm, right? Whereas your slow sand filter, you are using the particles in between 0.2 to 0.4 mm. So here, due to the increased sand size, what is happening? The rate of filtration is increasing. The rate at which the water is getting percolated, that is going to be increased. The rate of filtration is increasing because of the increased particle of your increased size of the particle, and the depth that we are going to maintain is, we are going to maintain here 75 centimeter layer of your depth that we are going to maintain. There we used to maintain around 90 centimeter to 110 centimeter. Even the depth is also, it was much there, and the particle size also very small. Here depth also less and the particle size is also very large. So that is as compared to your slow sand filter, it is large. So that is the reason why we are going to get the more amount of the rate of filtration of your rapid sand filter is much higher. Okay, and here again we can have the gravel difference also. We are going to get the gravel of around, we are going to utilize the gravels of around a depth of around 45 to 60 centimeter, whereas here again we are going to divide it into according to its size. We are going to divide it, say 2 mm to 6 mm at the top with having 15 centimeter, then 6 mm to 12 mm at the intermediate, right, and again 12 to 20 mm at the bottom, and the most, right, bottommost is we are going to have it for 20 to 50 mm. So here this is how we are going to have the classification of our say filter your base material, that is the coarse aggregate that we are going to use it. So in order to check, right, the upsets caused by the local high velocity during the backwashing, 6 to 8 centimeter thick layer of garment is going to be get placed. So here we are going to, in order to clean, right, from, in case of your slow sand filter, the cleaning was done from top to bottom, right? Top layer sand we are just we were removing, but here the water will, in case if we want to remove the very fine suspended particles which are present in water, we are going to have the backwashing. What is backwashing? That will be told to you in the further classes. So this is regarding your base material. Okay. Now we are going to see. We are going to have around say your regarding your, say, sand is over, gravel is over, then your under drains. So as again the water is going to filtered from your top layer of sand, right? It is first, it is going to pass through the layer of sand, then it is going to enter into the gravel layer, and then it is going to enter through these laterals, right? These are called as a lateral drainage, right? And then it is going to maintain with some amount of slope, and then it is going to be removed from the wall number 4. The water will enter from wall number 1, right? And then the wall number 2 is, while having your filtration process, the water will enter from wall number 1. It is going to enter here, right? And wall number 2 is going to be get closed. Wall number 3 is going to be get closed. So one is only, one is open, 2, 3 is going to be get closed, 5 and 6 is going to be get closed. So only wall number 1 is going to be get opened, then the water will pass through it. Then the wall number 4, 1 and 4 will be just opened in case of your rapid sand filter. Remaining all during the filtration process, all 2, 3, 5, 6 will be closed. See, you need not to by heart this. You need to see the diagram, right? You need to see the diagram, and then you need to explain it. What is happening logically? The water will enter from wall number 1. It is when wall number just 2 is closed. If we are not going to close it, the water will come out from here. So we need to close it. The water will enter from here. Then it is going to be passing through sand layer, then a gravel layer, then it is going to pass through the under drain. So if we open the wall number 4, we are going to get the filter water. So wall number 1 and wall number 4 will be kept open, and then if we close, right, the wall number 5 and wall number 6, the water, the filtered water, instead of going from here, it is going to enter into this. So wall number 1 and wall number 4, during the process of filtration, it is going to be get opened. Remaining wall number 2, wall number 3, wall number 5 and wall number 6 will be kept closed. So thus logically you need to know it. You should not by heart the things, right? You should not by heart the things, right? So air, what is the air compressor? It is going to be needed. That will be explained to you when we are going to explain regarding your back washing. So this is how you are working off your rapid sand filter will be there. So this is base material I have explained. Then under drainage system. Okay. Then the rate should not exceed the velocity of the smallest particle. So the flow velocity in from your rapid sand filter, it should vary around 0.3 to 0.9 meter per minute. That much the velocity should be maintained, and therefore the backwash, that is what is backwashing, the rate of filtration is about 50 to 100 liter per meter square. Okay, so rate of filtration in case of your rapid sand filter, it is around 50 to 100 liter per meter square. That has to be maintained. So this is how your under drainage system is. So 15 to 20 centimeter, these are the lateral drains. This is the difference between the 15 to 20 centimeter difference will be there in between the two, right, laterals. And then it is slope is going to be maintained. The water is going to be percolated. It is going to be collected in the laterals, and from the laterals, the slope is maintained. You are going to get out the clearer water. So this is how you are going to get, right? This is how you are going to get your rapid sand filter working. Okay, now this is your sectional view. These are the lateral drains. I have told that the slope will be maintained. So the water is going to be collected through this, right? And then it is going to pass through these lateral pipes. Then it is going to enter into the main drain. And then this is the bottom. This is what the perforated cap, right? These are called, we call it as a strainer, so that the strainers will not allow the larger size particle to enter into this particular say pipeline. So this is how we are going to have this is we are this is the cross section of your near to your bottom of your rapid sand filter. Okay, so this is a gravel support, these are the lateral drains, this is the main drain, and then this is a bottom. Okay, so wall number one that I have already told, it is an inlet. Wall number two is the wash water, wastewater through drain from the inlet chamber. So this is you are going to use in case of your back washing. Three is wastewater, right? And then four is filtered water. So wall number one and wall number four should be kept opened during the cleaning, during the filtration, and remaining all doors should be closed. So here we will see what I have explained, that is matching. So wall number one is going to be opened, right? And then to enter the inlet filter, the water gets filtered, and then it is taken out from the wall number four. The filtered water is then it is going to be sent into the disinfection unit. Okay, so only these two walls, wall number four and wall number one and four, should be kept open. Remaining all walls should be kept closed. Okay, so this is regarding your working of your construction and working of your rapid sand filter. Okay, so this is how we are going to have the working of your rapid sand filter. Okay, so this is one of the very important question in case of your exam, right? Normally this particular question will be asked to you in your main exam, right? In your main exam, so you need to give more concentration towards the construction working of both the slow sand and the rapid sand filter. Construction working, then it's back washing and back washing. All these things you need to have it. Okay, so this is regarding your construction and working and the cleaning of your slow sand filter. Now we will see how the back washing will be done in case of your rapid sand filter. Washing is nothing but whatever the suspended particles that has been arrested in case of your sand as well as gravel layer, that we are going to remove it, right? Here in case of your slow sand filter, we used to remove only the top layer, but in case of your rapid sand filter, what we are going to do, we are going to remove, right? We are going to remove the very fine suspended particle which are going to be get arrested in the pores of either sand and gravel with the help of water pressure. With the help of water pressure, we are going to remove the very fine suspended particle in case of your gravels and the sand. Do you understand what is the back washing? Back washing is nothing but with the help of water, right? Back washing. The meaning is we are, in case of your slow sand filter, we used to remove the top layer of sand, but here we are going to allow the water with the pressure, right? And then it is going from bottom to top, right? It is going to, that is the reason why we are going to call it as a back washing. So here with the water is going to enter, right? The reason why we have kept a tank over here is it is for the back washing. This is your water tank for the back washing purpose. This is for back washing is nothing but cleaning of, right, your filter beds, right? That is nothing but the back washing is with the help of water pressure. So here we are going to maintain a tank. In this tank, the water will be kept over here. Then we will kept the wall number 6 open, right? We are going to keep the wall number 6 open so that the water is going to enter from wall number 6, right? Then it is going to enter from your lateral and your central drain. It is going to enter into your gravel layer. So when we are going to pass through the pressure, whatever the pores are going to be get arrested, right, get arrested with the fine suspended particle due to the water pressure. What will happen? The very fine suspended particle which are going to be get arrested into this particular gravel layer of gravel, it is going to come out. It is going to come out, and then it is going to, now here not only we are going to give you the water pressure, similarly we are going to give the air compressor unit, right? Air also we are going to pass through it, so that, right, if not with the water pressure, the very fine suspended particle are going to be get removed, right? It is with the help of the air pressure also the fine suspended particle should be get removed. So wall number 6 we are going to open, right? Then fine with the 5 the air, right, the air is going to be compressed air is going to be passed inside, then it is going to clean whatever the fine particles or the dust particles are there, it is going to be cleaned, then it is going to enter in a reverse way. So here the water is going to come like this, the polluted water, right, it is going to come from here, then it is going to come out. So in this case what we need to have is, right, wall number 6 should be kept open, wall number 5 if needed, if we are going to supply the air, right, then we are going to keep it open, then the wall number 1 should be closed, right, because after cleaning the water will like enter into like this fashion. So wall number 1 should be kept closed. Then it the clear your collected water, right, the cleared water just a minute, it is going to come through the wall number 2, right? Wall number 2 and wall number 3 should be kept open, and wall number 4 should be kept closed. So 6 will be kept open. 5, if we are going to supply air, it is going to kept open. Then water will enter from this. The wall number 1 is kept closed, right? The water will pass through, right? The wall number 2, right? And the wall number 3 should be kept open. The water will come from wall number 2. The polluted water will come from wall number 2 and wall number 3. And then the wall number 4 should be kept closed. So while having the back washing, wall number 6, 5 should be kept open. Wall number 1, wall number 4 should be kept closed. And the water, the washed water will come out from wall number 2 and wall number 3. So this is regarding the back washing. So is it clear regarding back washing?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear? Yes, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Only Irshad is replying. What about others?
Yes, sir.
Clear, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I
Yes, sir.
want you people to understand the concept. Don't byhead the concept. You just understand. You just understand the concept, right? And write the things. If you do by heart, definitely you are going to do wrong things. See, logically, the diagram is there in front of you. You need to explain it by looking at the diagram. 6, right? Will enter the water. It will come like this. 1 should be kept closed. 2 should be kept open so that the water is going to be received through these gutters, right? The wall number 4 should be kept closed, right? So that the water can come from wall number 2 and wall number 3. So 6, 5 should be kept open. 5 is kept open if it is required. 6, it is open, right? Wall number 1 and wall number 4 should be kept closed, and 2 and 3 should be kept open. So this is how you need to explain the things when it comes to the back washing. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The next thing is we are going to learn about the pressure filter, but we are going to discuss regarding the pressure filter later, right? Now, in the next classes and all, we will be discussing regarding the mechanism behind your filtration, right? We have the mechanism behind the filtration. We will see it now only, right? Still there is a time, right? It is just 1 o'clock. So the filtration that can be done, right? The theory of filtration or the mechanism behind filtration is we are going to use the 4 methods, right? One is the mechanical straining, then a sedimentation and flocculation, and biological action, and then the electrolytic action. Okay. Now, what is mechanical straining? Is nothing but this is an simplest method, right? Taking place during the filtration. Okay. Now, what is mechanical straining? Is nothing but the suspended particles, as you know, it can easily cross through the larger particle if we are going to have it, right? If we keep very fine suspended particles through it, then they cannot pass through it. Then they cannot pass through it. So this is what we are adopting in case of your slow sand and the rapid sand filter. Here, what we are going to do is we are going to keep very fine suspended particles, so that very fine suspended sand we are going to keep it, so that very fine suspended particles should not pass through it. So here, this is what we are going to adapt the mechanical straining over here. Okay, so if we keep the coarser particles, they can easily pass, right? So here what we are going to do is very fine suspended, very fine sand particles we are going to keep, right? So that they are going to get arrested over there and it can be easily removed. So this is regarding your mechanical straining. Then sedimentation. In mechanical straining, only those particles which are coarser than the void are going to be get arrested. Here, in case of your mechanical straining, what is happening? The particles which are larger than your sand particle will be getting arrested over here. Okay, so here what we are going to do is the continuous voids of the filter media will be getting as tube settlers, and also here in before having your your filtration, what we are going to have is we need to have the sedimentation, or if we don't do the sedimentation or coagulation sedimentation, there will be huge amount of particles it is going to be get arrested in the filter. So that is the reason why we should have either either sedimentation or coagulation sedimentation before your filtration process. Then biological action, right? The biological action, right? It is as I have told, right? As I have told, your fine suspended particles, it is going to be get arrested in this particular material, right? Here, if we are going to have the sand layer at the top, right? Now, I have told that, right? Very fine suspended particles are going to be get arrested in this top layer. So from in this top layer, it is as a very fine suspended particles are there, and if any organic matter is there, then it is going to give you the growth of the larva, right? Growth of the larva or growth of some of the microorganisms. So this is going to create a bad impact on your filter. So we need to have, right? We need to remove this particular, or cleaning action should be taken. Okay, certain microorganisms and bacteria are generally present in the voids, as I have told. They may reside either coating or sand grains, or they may caught during the initial process of filtration. Okay, so this is, and these organisms require the organic impurities, right? How they are going to live? They are going to utilize the organic impurities. These organisms utilize such organic impurities and convert them to the harmless compound by the process of biologic metabolism. Okay, the harmless compounds so formed generally form a layer. We call it as an dirty skin. We call that a dirty skin, and there is a requirement to remove the dirty skin, or else it is going to create an waterborne diseases. So electrolytic action. Another function of the filter is to remove the particulate matter by the electrostatic exchange. Okay, or we call it as an flocculation, that we have already studied in case of your coagulation sedimentation. Okay, now during the process of backwashing, the electrostatically they are going to neutralize the this particular action and change the filter media, and then it is going to be get removed. So this mechanical straining is your sand size of the sand particle. Sedimentation, flocculation we need to have before we are going to send these particles for your filtration process. And then biological action, the dirty skin, right, that is going to be formed, that has been explained to you. And electrolytic action, that is we need to have during your coagulation sedimentation process. So this is the theory behind your filtration process. In the next class, we are going to see the difference between slow sand filter and the rapid sand filter. Okay, this is also one of the very important question that may be asked in your exam. Differentiate between the slow sand filter and the rapid sand filter. Here in this, what you are going to differentiate between these two is right from its area, then a rate of filtration, then efficiency, then size of the filter, right? Regarding backwashing, regarding the pressure that you are going to maintain, all these are differences that we are going to see in our next class. The difference, the next class, what we are going to study is the difference between the slow sand filter and the rapid sand filter. This is also many times it has been asked, around 10 to 12 differences are there in between slow sand and the rapid sand filter. That we are going to discuss in our next class regarding your slow sand filter and the rapid sand filter. Okay, differences. In the next class, also we are going to discuss regarding the pressure filter, working, construction of pressure filter and all, regarding cleaning and all, that we are going to discuss in our next class. So if we finish this, then we are going to see what are the different working problems that we are going to get from your slow sand filter and the rapid sand filter. So this is what the difference between the slow sand filter and the rapid sand filter, right? This we are going to discuss, right, regarding slow sand filter and the rapid sand filter in the next class. The rate of filtration and all, right? We can have this much of a difference, 100 to 200 liter per hour per square meter for slow sand filter, and it is 3,000 to 6,000 liter for your rapid sand filter. So regarding all this, we are going to discuss in detail in our next class. Okay. Is it anything you want to ask? Yes. Anything that has to be repeated?
No, sir.
Okay. Then write your attendance in the chat box. We'll take the attendance.